everybody, it's your girl Sharon Fletcher and welcome to In the Black. Yes, we're trying to keep Black-owned businesses, entrepreneurs in the black, meaning profitable and out of debt, especially in these unprecedented times. I am so excited for tonight's show. Guys, I have some financial titans in the house. Yes, I have the experts of Therrier and Wayne Harris. So get your snacks, get your pens and paper, and get ready to ask questions of these financial experts who are going to help us get through the next coming wave. All right, so first of all, I have Mr. Therrier. Chris, how are you? So good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, it's just wonderful to have you here tonight. So Chris, I'm just going to tell the folks a little bit about you. You have been in this industry for over a decade, and you have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in finance and accounting. You came to Canada 7 years ago, right? And then you joined with the financial company WFG part-time, and now for the last 2 years, you've been going trails of blazing, hardcore, full-time. So I'm so glad to have you on tonight. How are you doing?
I am very good, absolutely. So you said everything clear. Yes, I have been in Canada for almost 7 years. I did my bachelor degree in finance, I have a master's degree. And when I came here, I was very, I would say, blessed to meet this company that gave me the opportunity to be what I am today, but to show me what I can be tomorrow also. I say this company found me because I didn't know that exists. This is one of a kind where people can come, you learn about leadership, you learn about money, you have the opportunity to decide the life you want to have. So I was fortunate to find that, and I started since part-time, and now I make a decision to change my life and give opportunity to other people to change their life too.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about your background. Now you come from Haiti, is that correct?
Correct. I come from Haiti, a very big family. I have 5 sisters, 4 brothers. We are 10 of us. Nephew and nieces, I can't count anymore. We are more than 11 now. And I have a very big family. Yes.
So what got you so passionate about getting into finance, you know, as opposed to being a basketball player or a rapper or a construction worker?
I wish I could dance, but I can't. One thing that attracted me in this industry, I did my study in finance. I thought I was going to work in a bank and be a manager, do things like that. And when I came to Canada, there was one wake-up call. All my brothers and sisters go to school. This is what we learn. My father didn't go to school. They have just elementary level. But the 10 of us, everybody have a degree. Some have master degree, some are nurses, some are doctor, some everything. But I learned something. We have a lot of diploma, but nobody have money. I was fortunate, I didn't have student loan. I didn't have student loan because I have a scholarship. My families, most of us have scholarship. But we have diploma. When I came to Canada, I wanted to go to school again because they asked us for a Canadian diploma. So I started the school. I wanted to become a teacher because when you speak French, you're bilingual, you have opportunity to teach here in Ontario. I wanted to do education to become a teacher. So when I started the program, they asked me, I applied for student loan. I wasn't qualified for student loan and I couldn't pay it from my pocket. One day I went to 5 different banks looking for less than $5,000. The bank declined me because I was new to Canada. I didn't have any credit. And I asked myself a question. With all our diploma, myself, my brothers, my sisters, nobody have a $5,000 saved. So I said, there is a problem. It's not about diploma. It's about know how we can create wealth or we can succeed. So I make the decision not only to learn for myself and my family, but to teach other people that come for different backgrounds, for different countries. They are looking to succeed. They are looking for help, but I want to share some secrets with them so they can make decision too. This is what is make me so passionate. I said, it's a profession, but it's my conviction to do what I'm doing. And I want to do it for the next, I don't know, because I love what I'm doing.
Wow, that's so fantastic. So that's an amazing story of your journey of coming to Canada, having a great education and background, and coming from quite clearly a very dignified and extremely intelligent family. You guys all have your degrees, but degrees was not enough. You needed finances. You needed access to finance. And so here you are now and working with a company, WFG. And once you got to the company, you met a particular person who has been very supportive of your career and journey within the company. Is that not so?
Definitely. So in the entire company, there's one thing that we love to say. We build each other. We create a team. So all across Canada, we are friends. We become a family. It's not just we are doing a business, you work with me, I work with you. We become a family. So my dear friend, Ren, I met him in an event in Montreal. And since then, it's like a brother that I had for 20 years. So we work together. We have some people in Toronto closer to him. He helped them. He has some people here in Ottawa and Gatineau and Montreal. So we have a partnership. So I'm glad people like this. This is the environment that we build.
Wow, that's wonderful. So now what everybody's been waiting for to see these two financial powerhouses, these financial titans of Ontario. We got the, the francophone covered and we got our anglophone covered. So with no further ado, I bring you Mr. Wayne Harris, the financial coach. Hi, Wayne. How are you?
Good, Sharon. How are you?
So good. So great to have you with us. I mean, talk about your 6 degrees of separation. When I spoke to Chris and your name came up, I thought, I know Wayne Harris. You're such a respected person in our local community, and I'm sure just across Ontario. So I thought, we can't do this without Wayne, right? And when I hear how you support each other and work together, I just thought it's such a beautiful story to see. 2 powerful, strong, successful men, not afraid to work with one another and empower each other. So Wayne, I know who you are, and probably many watching know who you are, but I'm still going to give a little bit of background about you, okay? So Wayne is known for his ability to understand people and situations, leveraging emotional and cultural intelligence. He has cultivated this edge through thousands of hours of training and development over 3 decades. Wayne, you look like 25. Don't tell people that. And he is from Montreal. Actually, I did not know this about you, so that's very cool. And you have coached and mentored teens. You are also very passionate about finance and connecting with young Black men from single-parent homes like your own. Wow, that's so powerful. Gosh, your resume is just outstanding here. But you have a background in cybersecurity technology and solutions for Canada, US, Caribbean markets. You work in financial services, helping families and businesses. You hold a postgraduate degree in business administration, IT-related certifications. You are a certified licensed insurance agent, and a certified coach with the Certified Coaches Federation. And you've been married to your sweetheart for 25 years, and you have 2 adult children, but looking like 25. Okay, Wayne. Where do you find time to do all of that? Honestly, it's so good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us why you are passionate about finance. What got you passionate about being a financial coach?
I can tell you, finance was something I fell into simply because I was doing risk management for companies. And these companies are trying to figure out 3 questions. Question number 1, what's the best that can happen? Number 2, what's most likely to happen? And number 3, what's the worst case scenario? That's what all companies are trying to answer from a risk management perspective. Move that over to families. Families should ask themselves the exact same 3 questions. What's the best case scenario if something happens to me? What's most likely to happen? And what's the worst case scenario? Can you deal with the worst case scenario? If you can't, then you need to enlist someone like myself to help you understand that.
Okay, so on that, being a financial coach, how does one know how to assess or look for, what things should one look for in a financial coach?
Great question. Again, anyone who understands money and financial literacy should have certifications in that industry and in that field. You should have done it for a few years. So after 25 years of risk management, coming into financial services and doing the exact same thing, risk management, but from a personal level, you have to be certified. So you want a licensed person working with you. Once they have the license, then that's where you have to have a connection with that person. Do they get you? Do they maybe come from your background? And if they don't come from your background, do they have empathy and understanding for your background so they can get there? I'm not Haitian, but I have Haitian clients. I'm not Caucasian, but I have Caucasian clients because I can relate to them on the level they need to be related to. So you're looking for a fit.
I like that. So you're looking for a fit. Okay, and so now, speaking of fits, you two gentlemen, Chris, we're going to bring Chris up, and yourself have partnered to work together to expand this wonderful work that you both do for the same company, WFG Group, right? Tell us, Wayne, what was it like working with Chris? And then I'll give him the opportunity to say the same about you.
Fantastic. Like I said, about 3 years ago we met. We have the same barber, so the same haircut.
Yes, looking very sharp, gentlemen.
I am all about collective and group economics. I'm always looking to see how we can work together within the community. When I saw Chris, I knew he was somebody I had to talk to. And when I heard his accent, I said, fantastic, because now he can work the French market and maybe we can work together. And as soon as I heard his accent, I said, viens-tu de Haiti? He goes, oui, je viens Haiti. And boom, boom, boom. Now, by the way, that's all the French I have, which is why I live in Ontario, Montreal.
God.
But Chris and I sat down and we decided that we were going to find a way to make it work together in both our markets. And we've been doing that ever since.
Beautiful. Awesome. Awesome. And so, Chris, again, Wayne being such a seasoned and experienced person in this industry, and then you partnered with him. What did you enjoy about working with Wayne?
I do enjoy a lot. So when I want to partner with anybody, whatever the background this person is, I ask myself some question. Can I trust this person? Can this person, if I introduce it to my market, will everything be okay? So I assess the level of commitment in the person, in the personal level. And I was talking to Ren and I say, oh, this guy is real, is competent, is confident. And you know, when you are trying to have something with someone, and I wanted to be the first one to make an offer, to give first. I didn't have this chance. So Ren was so open to offer and refer people to me first, because he trusts me at the first second. I took 2-3 weeks to see with this person, because when we met, I didn't know him. I just said, oh, this guy, he looks good. And we connect, he mentioned, for less than 3 years, around 3 years. But it looks like 30 years since we connect. We can spend 1 week without talking, one email come up, and this is this person I need your help with, and this is a business I refer to you. This is my team member. I want you to help me coaching. And we are working with that. That's an amazing partnership, and that gives productivity for both of us. And we are doing it for the families. So we do it together, and you know, together each one achieve more. That is a team, and I'm glad for that.
Wow, that's incredible. What I love about you guys both is that you have the scope all covered, you know, whether the person speaks French, whether they speak English, and from many different cultures, ethnicities, and walks of life. It seems to me that once someone is interested in their own financial health and well-being, that you guys are the gentlemen to call. And so I think that's so incredible. Now, Wayne, before you leave us, can I ask you, now we've been hearing the government talking about potentially a second wave coming. In your opinion, do you think this is cause for us to panic, or do we keep doing some of the things that we've already been doing, whether it's socking some money away or paying down that debt? What do you recommend?
Great question. Really what it comes down to, Sharon, is a couple of things. You really want to have your financial house in order. So you need to make sure that should something happen to you, because we have COVID-19 and the flu coming together now, you need to make sure that if something were to happen to you, catastrophic to you and your family is not going to be left with a disaster financially. So we need to make sure that's in place. We also need to make sure you have not 3 months, but 6 months of an emergency fund. Should you get laid off, should something happen with your job, you need to have enough time to get out of the next 6 months. The third thing I'm looking at is, are you an essential service? If you're not an essential service, what are you going to do during the second wave to not have the financial negative impact that the first wave had on you and your family? What can you do to get multiple streams of income so you're not dependent on only your job?
Very powerful advice. I love it. I love it. Okay, Wayne, well, I want to thank you for this time that you've given us. I know you're a super busy man, and I appreciate you carved out this time to be with us now, giving us those gems and tips. If people want to contact you, we know to contact Wayne Harris. I believe, do we have your phone number scrolled across the screen? I will definitely have your contact information. Did you just want to tell the folks your email real quick?
Sure, it's wharris@harrismarketinggroup.net. And I want to thank again Chris and Sharon for having me here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wayne. It's so great to have you. And we know you're the go-to guy for Ontario and the GTA. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Thanks, Wayne. So now, Chris, it's you and I. We're going to continue this conversation. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Hello.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There you are. There you are. Okay. So we're continuing our conversation here about finance and having, as Wayne, he touched on it, different streams of income. So let me ask you, what financial concerns have you seen trending during this current pandemic?
That's a great question. So it has been more than 6 months now when that started.
Right.
That was a big surprise for a lot of family, because lack of preparation make a lot of people panic. If I have only one source of income, people living paycheck to paycheck, you just lose one paycheck and we're in trouble. So there is a very big concern. Yeah. That exists before the pandemic, but with the pandemic, people can see the reality. It's like everybody is swimming and the water just go down, you see everybody that was naked. So the problem is people need to have multiple sources of income.
Right.
Right. When mentioned that, to see, can I just believe that my job will take care of me for every outcome? We cannot rely on a job for our income, less for our outcome. Anything that happens, the boss can love you, but he have to let you go. He can go bankrupt, the company disappear. So what will you do for your family? So we always mention about having emergency fund, but having an extra layer. So another way to pivot if something happens. We need preparation.
I love that you talk about pivoting, because it seems like a lot more online businesses have opened up and people have definitely pivoted or had to just go in a completely new direction or add on that extra income. Now, we also have with us another guest, Ovego Pierre, who I believe you showed him how he could have an extra income. So we're going to have Ovego share with us a little bit about the experience and the knowledge that you shared with him. So I believe Ovego is going to be. Okay. Or actually, I'm sorry. It's Courtney. Courtney is going to be sharing with us. Miss Courtney. Hi, Miss Courtney. Hi, how are you? So great to have you with us. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You can hear me okay?
Oh, I hear you perfectly, perfectly. It's so great to have you with us. So, Chris,
thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you. So, Chris was telling us about, during this pandemic, people were very concerned about financial security and how are they going to, potentially have other streams of income. So you are someone who works with Chris, correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. So
I've worked with the. Sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. There is a slight delay, so don't worry about it. Tell us what made you decide to join Chris's team and what that's been like for you.
Sure. So my name's Courtney, obviously. It's a pleasure for me to be with you guys here this evening. I'm going to give you a quick little introduction, I guess, on myself. So yes. I did go to school. I graduated in interior design, so I do not come from a financial background whatsoever. I have worked in the design field and industry, as well as home improvement industry. But for about the last 7+ years, I have been a full-time civil servant. I was introduced to this organization a little over 2 years ago. I was lucky enough to meet Mr. Chris, who you guys have heard from this evening. So Mr. Chris sat down with me and we did what we call a financial checkup. So just like you go to the doctor to get a health checkup, because it's something that's needed just for your general health, so is an actual financial checkup. So that's how I had the pleasure of actually meeting Mr. Chris to start. But the first thing I remember my mom told me when I graduated from school was go out and get an RRSP because I needed it for my future. So when I graduated, I went and got that RRSP, which was a little over, I'm going to date myself here, but I'm going to say a little over 20 years ago. And when I sat down to do my financial checkup with Mr. Chris, the first thing we did was actually review my investments and the RRSPs that I had set up way back when I graduated from school. So the first one that we actually looked at, Mr. Chris brought to my attention that I was making about 0.05% on that RSP, which equaled to maybe about $20 on a 40,000 plus investment. And I was furious. Obviously, I invested much more than that on a monthly basis into that account. And it made me realize, what was that investment doing for me? I also realized then, obviously, I didn't know that much and I needed to know more. So right then and there, I kind of decided that I needed to know more about this business and I decided to join. Obviously, since I've joined the business, some of the big changes that I've done for myself, obviously the first thing I started with was my investment portfolio. I've also paid off the little bit of debt that I had, which was key for me because nobody wants to be burdened by debt. I've also been able to set myself up financially for my retirement, and to me that was key. I don't want to have to worry about money when I come to my old age. And I also wanted to know that when I have a family, that my future family would be taken care of. I also get the benefits by being part of the business by making a really great part-time income. And it allows me to grow my team. It also allows me to grow my business. This business has given me a lot of opportunities that I didn't realize that I really needed or wanted in my life. I guess I've had a lot of peace of mind. It's given me security. One of the things I love the most is I do get to travel and explore the world. But mostly the biggest thing that really hits home for me is being able to help families become financially educated. This business allows you not only yourself to grow, but you also grow your team. And as you grow your team, you also grow a family. And when you grow that family, you build each other up, but it also allows you to be able to succeed, and it allows them to succeed, and you all get to succeed together. And that's one of the things that I love the most. And I'm so thankful that I have Chris as a mentor, and that I've been able to have the privilege of working with him over the last few years.
Wow, that's super fantastic, Courtney. So one of the things that you said that stood out to me is that you work for the government, you said, right? So you have what most people consider one of the most stable, secure employment, and yet you still ventured out to get more financial literacy and to pick up this career part-time. How has that changed your life?
You know, I do work for the government full-time during the day, and I do have that sense of security. However, I also believe that, you know what, nothing's really ever guaranteed in life. And, you know, if this pandemic has kind of taught us anything or shown us anything, especially the way it's affected businesses, you know, you can't rely on it. And yes, I am set, but at the same point, this business has allowed me to look at what I want for my future. I do get a part-time income, but at some point it would also be nice to be able to, what we call in the business, fire your boss. Right? I do have a lot of flexibility by doing the business, but I really am happy with the choice I made. And it did really make me realize when I sat down with Chris that day that, you know what, I didn't know as much as I needed to know. And personal finances are something that affects us all, right? You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. I think the only thing that you can be is educated. And the biggest thing I've taken away is, you know, I know what my money's doing now. And a lot of people, even with this pandemic, sorry if I'm rambling on, have been spending their money, right? They've been on Amazon Prime. They've been doing whatever they can to order things online. And I think the biggest thing, you know, I looked at was I'm not using as much gas. I don't have to pay for a bus pass. And I'm going to sit here and bank whatever extra money I can because I want to see my accounts grow. I don't want to just be at home spending frivolously on stuff that I really don't need.
Right. So Chris, how happy did it hear you? How happy were you to hear someone that you're mentoring say that, you know, they're looking forward to being able to maybe fire their boss? Is that what you're going around teaching people, Chris, how they can fire their boss? That's awesome. And so how has business been for both of you during the pandemic? Chris, maybe you want to speak to that a little bit.
Go ahead, Chris.
Good. Yeah. So one thing we discovered, when the pandemic came, nobody was expecting that was coming. So it was a surprise for everybody. The big leaders, everybody with a company was taken by surprise. But after 1 week, we pivot. We make some adjustment. There's a lot of things that we used to do face-to-face, go to see client or meeting in the office. We have some seminar, workshops 2-3 times a week. But with the pandemic, we convert it in a paydemic. So we make more income than whenever. This business is what we call...
1 second. What did you call it? You called it a pandemic?
It's a pandemic. Yes. Yeah.
It's a pandemic.
Wow. So we get paid more because the reality, a lot of family really realize that they are in bad situation. Some family was procrastinating to see, when will I do this protection plan? When will I start putting some money away? So we realized that we are in trouble. So now they decided they have more time. Some of them are spending less too because no gas or they can't go to restaurant or traveling. So they invest the money where it's necessary. So some families really put plan together for the kids, for the future, for retirement, and that helps us. We have a team that is growing bigger. We have more clients coming on. And like when Courtney mentioned, people need to have the security. People need to have the flexibility. They can fire their boss. They can make more money. That makes us feel amazing. So we are doing it, and we are very passionate about that.
Well, Miss Courtney, you look very happy to be part of the team with working with Chris. From what you say, you've learned so much, and definitely it's been increasing your pocket and your account. So that is super fantastic. I want to thank you for this time that you've spent with us. I really appreciate you sharing your story, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Have a great evening.
Thanks, Sharon. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you.
So, Chris,
right.
about this pandemic. Now, I know that, of course, there has been much tragedy that's happened. People have gotten sick. Unfortunately, people have passed away. And we're constantly hearing now about the numbers going up, and people are very, very concerned about this second wave. So give us some gems, give us some ideas, some things we should be thinking about doing, what we should look at going into the second wave.
Okay, I will say it's very sad that things take a very big hit for some families. We have people that pass away, we have a lot of people that are still sick, and it was very terrible at the beginning. It's still a big problem for some families. And one thing we discovered, when they have challenge like those, people discover opportunities. I've heard that in Chinese, the same character, I don't read Chinese, but the same character that put the challenges, it's the same that mean opportunities. For the second wave, some people will be home for 3-6 months. It will be winter. They don't want to go out anyway. So it will be very good opportunity for them to ask some question. Because the more trouble we have now, it's because people were not prepared. If we can get more preparation, we can put some strategies together, make some adjustment, and we will be in a better position. So now, my advice for some people that can be watching now and in the future, in the middle of this second wave, we have two chances. Either we keep doing what we are doing every day, or we make some decision to be in control. We hope that people will take time to learn the basic principle or to manage the finances. Our company offers workshops every day, 2-3 times a day. Like we are talking now, there's someone getting ready to present a workshop. No fee, no cost, just go and Zoom and learn, or you can benefit by understanding your finance. Courtney mentioned she was furious when she realized my money is not growing. We want our money to be growing and to double. So we talk about all these things every day in workshop. People need to take advantage and learn.
I have a question. So should people be worried about their portfolio now? Should they panic and start pulling all their savings out, or should they be moving money around? Because this is the thing that people are concerned about. We heard about, markets crashing and people losing all sorts of money. But now I guess things have started to come back, recuperate some of the markets. Do people panic, or what should they do?
I will go back again with the first answer. A lack of preparation makes people panic. I have clients that call me at the end of March because I see my money is just decreasing because of the crisis. We are losing money. But I will tell you, there was more opportunity now to make money. My clients make more money in the last 6 months than the last 4 years. 2019 was an amazing year in investment, 2018. But after this pandemic, I have people that are making double what they make every year and return. So opportunity is on the table. You cannot time the market. There's something happened today, there's something, and take money out, put under the bed. No, depends of why we invested for. We keep our investment. We have some portfolio. It's better to have long term. Some people don't know about investment. They will panic and because I have my investment, my money going, I lost money. But with a professional, it's why we said you don't invest with anybody. You invest with a licensed professional. Everybody in the
Right.
street is giving advice about investing, but there's
Right.
people qualified with portfolio manager to get your money, do what you want it to grow. So my advice would be for someone looking to get control, work with someone you can trust, with some professional that are qualified.
Another question I got here was, someone was asking about, let me get it here. Some people say, you know, there's, I guess, some different trains of thought. Do you try to eliminate debt, or do you focus on putting away for a nest egg for times like this where an emergency comes up? Do we now change the strategy during this pandemic?
All right, that is a tricky question. So this pandemic is something new, right? A lot of people are trying to adjust, but the reality, there is a process. There's a process to build wealth. So the more debt we have, there's what we call the bad debt, a good debt. Let's say we have some investment, or some people consider a mortgage as a good debt. But the more you are paying on debt is always bigger than what we get on our investment. Most of the time, like a credit card, you are paying 19.99, like 20%. Even if your investment make 15%, this year, it's not guaranteed next year will make 15%. So get out of debt the fastest possible is one key. We mentioned a plan to build a financial foundation. A lot of people like to invest. Yeah, I want to see the money, but they don't have the first layer. They don't have a foundation. Building a financial foundation starts with protection, be debt free, have emergency fund. Iris mentioned 3 to 6 months, 6 months to 12 months. So if something happens, you're home without any income, you can still survive, pay your bills, take care of your family. That's very important. And after, you'll be investing for the long run, for retirement, to enjoy life. This is the way that we do it, and we teach our clients or friends to do it the same.
Well, that sounds like very, very good advice. And so lastly, before you leave us, I'm just going to ask one last thing that just kind of summarizes here. Many people are focused on survival during this pandemic. What is one piece of financial advice that everyone can benefit from at this time? If you didn't leave us with one, I know there's so many, but maybe one.
There's a lot to say. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that in just one sentence. I will say everybody needs to get financial education. Financial education can help you build a fortune. A lot of people are doing very good. Ask yourself, why we live in Canada? It's a very wealthy country. But most family, if they have an emergency for $300, $400, they are in trouble. They have to go into debt. It's because we are doing the things in the wrong way. Financial education will be a major piece to help people to be in peace, to help people to be confident about everything that can happen. There's family that don't really care. The virus is there, there is crisis because they are financially okay. Through financial education, financial literacy, because I don't have much time, I will give one advice. There is one thing I decided to do now. Like I mentioned that our company is doing some workshop every day. I will offer 50 copies of this book. I will order myself for people that can contact you or connect with me. This is what you can see the title here. It's a basic principle of building a financial foundation. So I'm ready to order 50 copies to help people to get them, because every family should have this book. And that's come end on end with that one. This is a workbook to help people understand the financial foundation. This is a program that we offer every day on Zoom. We have it with the workbook, national campaign for financial literacy. We are doing that for the last 5 years. I get amazed for the lot of things that I learned to help families to be okay or to be in control of your finance. And we do it no cost. It costs us a lot. I will order 50. That's been 100 of those to distribute. I will mail or send to some people. that can get in contact with you or with myself to help them. At least I can change 50 families' life through financial education.
Wow.
And
Chris,
I thank you all for today.
Fantastic. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. So what we'll do is, for those of you who have been watching, and you know, I told you guys the time just goes so fast. I hope you had your pens and papers and you got some of your questions answered. Like, and share, and still continue to comment, because myself, Chris, or Wayne will address any comments and questions in the comment section. But also put your email address if you want to get a copy of one of these publications that Chris is sharing complimentary just for you, just for being here and watching us live tonight. Chris, thank you. That was so generous. I didn't even know that was coming. So that's a great surprise. Thank you so much.
All right. It's a very big pleasure. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I hope that most people will be okay. Most people will take control of their finance and protect their wealth, protect their wealth also. So be blessed and hope that we will be connected again soon.
Absolutely. And so, Chris, just let the folks know what area that you serve. If people want to get in contact with you. I mean, now people do things virtually, so I imagine you can serve everywhere. But if you were to visit, you frequent the Ottawa, Montreal area. Do you even come down to Toronto sometimes?
I used to go to Toronto, but now I don't have to go because I have a partner there. Harris, Ren is there. So we work together. Actually, I will say we have partner in all across Canada. If you know someone in New Brunswick, you have someone in Winnipeg, Manitoba, we have partners that we work with. Personally, I cover everywhere between Ontario and Quebec, Ottawa area, Orleans, Montreal, Gatineau, and all these areas. I am licensed in those two provinces. And for the rest, I work with other partners, other professional educated with more experience also that can help different families to be on their feet. Pandemic
Wonderful.
Or any other crisis, we can overcome.
Beautiful. I couldn't have said that better. So on that note, I thank you so much for spending this time with us, Chris. If you guys want to get in touch with Chris, I believe his phone number will be showing at the bottom there. I will have it for you also in the comment section, phone number, email address. So make sure you contact him, or definitely put your name and your email so that you can get a copy of one of these publications to keep you financially fit and get you through the second wave of this pandemic. Everyone, stay safe, be well, and remember, stay social even while you are socially distancing. And let's all stay in the black. Have a great evening, folks. Take care. Take care, everybody.
Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Chris. Have a good